You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Is it because you're a men's rights activist?
Feminists are taking over.
Yeah.
Smashing Bay's junk to smithereens is in the first sentence of this.
To the House of Congress, right?
Oh, that's where all the snakes are nowadays. She's just dunking on her ex-husband by banging his wife all the time. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 348. I'm your host, as always, John Danger Rowe, joined by my co-hosts.
I am Matt Haig. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm TJ Birdbox May. I can't see, so I'm talking loud.
I like TJ Birdbox / Dead Memes May, because that's like an October meme.
It is. I still haven't seen it. I probably won't see it in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I thought Bird Box was an avian porno flick.
Yeah,
oh, probably is. I've got that on my phone, but my phone is how we're recording this.
Or it's a British, because the British call ladies.
So
birds.
I have a question.
Yes, I have an answer. It's good that you had a question and then immediately stopped to take a drink before you asked it.
You know what? I don't need you. I can do this podcast by myself. The question I had is, so they call them furries, right?
Yes. For dragons, they call them scalies.
Scalies for dragons. What about people that are into anthropomorphic birds?
Feathies.
Is it feathies?
Probably
Downies? Wait, no, that sounds bad.
Whoop.
Oh, no.
Don't, Matt. Come on now. All right, we got to restart the podcast.
You're going to bleep that?
Yeah, I should bleep it. In the
It's a kind of feather!
Phoenix down.
I have a goose down coat.
Anyway. They don't prefer that term. No, actually, I think that is the preferred term. I mean, because it's the medical accurate description of the physical disorder. Anyway.
They usually prefer Jeff.
Yeah, I would say they probably would prefer just to use their name.
No, just Jeff, regardless of what their name is.
Oh, you saying
prefer...
that's what the fetish is? So
No.
it's furries and then Jeff?
Oh,
Okay,
I have the real answer. They prefer avian.
No,
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
According
That's
to
just a
Wikifur,
term.
Wikifur.com.
I mean, I think Falco is as hot as the next bird. I mean, okay, who's hotter? Falco or that bird from Breath of the Wild? The asshole bird.
I'm going to go
Ravani?
Oh. Rivali?
Rivali. Rivali
Falco.
is pretty hot.
Yeah, but Falco.
Breaking news. Avians are also known as featheries.
Okay.
Rivali / what is it, Falco?
Who's the alive one, though? Rivali's the dead one.
You're right, Rivali is the dead one. But there is definitely a Falco and Rivali fan art. Yeah, Rivali's the legendary hero. Who is it?
The champion. Yeah, who's like the, not necessarily descendant, but the
Let me
living
just
one.
Google hot bird guy Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I hope there's not Dynablade fan art like this.
Okay, the first thing it gave me is the giant owl guy with the beard. And I mean, if you're into that, I guess I don't want to shame.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for particular. Oh wait, there's the accordion bird guy, Cass.
Oh, Cass is great.
He's not like, I wouldn't say like I'm thirsty for Cass, but like I like his jaunty tune.
You can marry him.
I forgot that you can ride bears in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, temporarily.
That game is so
Keep
fucking
'em.
good.
You can ride deer too.
I know. I rode elk all the time just because
Yeah.
it's fun and you can. That game is so fucking good. Sorry. Anyway, I bought it on Switch and I haven't played it. I played it on Wii U, but I bought it because I think it was like half off for some sale. I think I got it for like $35.
I'm still planning on getting it when I get a Switch.
I would wait because they're talking about that revision for the Switch. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What revision? Oh.
Yeah, the like cheaper Switch, right, TJ? Remember?
Oh, they did that in Japan already.
Yeah.
I think, which is just the handheld Switch. It's just Switch Joy-Cons and power cord. I think.
Yeah.
Actually, probably not the power cord. No
Yeah,
dock.
it just doesn't come with a dock.
No HDMI.
Oh, okay.
No.
So if you're gonna play it
straps.
portably, then it's the way to do it.
Yeah, which I would because I don't even have like a function. Well, I guess I have a functional TV. I use it for Super Nintendo, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to play Switch on it.
Exactly. So that's the thought. You can get you can just get that cheaper version, and it will be everything you need. TJ, you're making a lot of noise on the microphone when you do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask and require you to remain blindfolded
Okay.
because it just makes too much noise.
I had a kid. Again,
You had a kid?
Yes.
Again?
I know you've had
Jesus.
3 actually.
You got to stop that, TJ.
TJ. Did it come out of the hole in your tooth?
Yes, it did.
How's that situation?
It's like a
It
Greek
hasn't
legend.
gotten worse.
Hasn't gotten worse. Well, that's the best we could hope for. Because it certainly isn't going to regenerate.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
What are you, a dentist?
Yeah,
It's like
I am.
there's like those shark people that just do grow back teeth. I'm not like that.
There are. Well, you don't know.
They do
I'm
have
I'm
stuff.
not.
There's like stem cell treatment that's experimental that you can regrow enamel, but I don't think you can do it a whole tooth yet.
Yet.
A whole tooth would be easier. It would hurt more, but it'd be easier.
Get one of those mice and like grow a tooth on its back.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what game is really cool?
Monopoly.
The Simpsons Hit and Run. I watched a speed run of that recently. That was like the Grand Theft Auto, but for like the Simpsons.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of the Simpsons game post 16-bit era.
Oh. Well, the Simpsons Hit and Run was fun because it was just like, well, it wasn't really like GTA because there isn't a lot of like on foot and there's no gunplay. Like but you're driving
Is
cars
there
around.
slingshot play?
There might be, but anyway, there's some neat stuff in that. Yeah, I was reminded of how fun it is.
You know what's not a good game?
What?
The Simpsons Virtual Bart.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's dog shit. Like I loved that game when I was a kid, but I played it recently, and it was just like this is so poorly made. Just
Yeah, like
everything
what-
about it. The feel of the controls is completely like you either feel like you're going through mud or you're sliding on ice. There's nothing that feels good about trying to jump around on platforms.
That's like really a thing about old games. I know that like you'll hear people talking about old video games or like saying game feel is like a thing, and that's
Yeah.
just like the way the controls correspond to the movement is good and tight. You know, like Mario, the first Mario is like probably one of the tightest controlling games. Like every time you fuck up in that game, you know it's your own fault. Like you're like, up,
Yeah.
So Virtual Bart's not like Mario though, huh?
No.
Would've thought.
Not at all. But I'm
Wait,
still gonna probably stream it.
Yeah. TJ, can you think of a tighter game than Mario? Like the first Mario. That's up there. I
Well,
mean,
Mario
like
3 is better.
You
I
think
think it's
so?
more tight. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little slidey, but it's slidey in a very
It's
predictable
supposed
way.
to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on purpose.
But I mean, besides that, I mean, there's the original NES Batman game. That one's pretty tight. It's slow, but it's deliberate.
Yeah.
What else? I really like the way that the N64 Zelda games play. I think they feel really good. What else?
Wait, is the Sunsoft Batman game the one you're talking about?
I think so.
Is that the one that was? No, isn't there a Batman game that was like a Ninja Gaiden game in Japan? They just made it Batman.
I don't know.
And some of the enemies are like clearly like Ninja Gaiden enemies.
Maybe.
I don't think it's that one, but I think there may have been a Batman game. That was
I
like
thought
that.
it was the Sunsoft game. Bionic Commando was maybe a bit too tight. Just didn't feel so good. I'm trying to think Super Nintendo era games because there were some good ones. Cool Spot was pretty horrid.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of Batman games, I picked this up on emulator the other time because it's one of my favorite games as a kid. but I had the Batman the Animated Series for Game Boy.
Okay, yeah.
That game looks so good, but it is bullshit.
It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES.
Yeah. It's actually, it reminded me a lot of that. The only problem with that game, it was Konami developed it, so it's a little bit Castlevania-y.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, no, Castlevania would be Capcom, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, it's not. It's Castlevania-y, like just the way it's like the movement but it has such a good art style because the animated series art style really translates well to Game Boy like screens.
Oh yeah.
Only problem with the game is it's horrendously difficult to the point where I had issues beating it with like damage turned off with God mode on because the spikes aren't affected by God mode. And there's a section where you're fighting Mr. Freeze where he has the freeze thing, and you can still get frozen. And if you get frozen, you can get pushed into spikes. And it kills you, even with God mode turned on. So there's some levels that were really hard, but that game has such a good graphic design to it.
Apologies, I'm just ripping this off. It's bugging me.
That's fine.
Oh.
You would have...
my eyes.
You would have, I guess, died in the Bird Box? I don't know. I haven't seen the film. I assume birds kill you or something.
Yep.
You don't look at it? I don't know what...
There's some
don't
birds
look Marion.
in the box. You know what the worst part about that Bird Box movie is?
That
I have not seen it, but I've read what happens. Is that the whole movie, like, everyone's blindfolded. You can't see what they're, like, getting... Like, basically the idea is when you see this thing, you kill yourself, basically.
Okay.
Or you die horrifically. And you don't see it the whole movie, you know, like all the way through. And then the end, they don't show it to you. You don't get a shot of the monster. And people are like thinking that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
And I get that, but
I mean that's like the Jaws effect. Like the fact that they couldn't show the shark during most of the movie made it a lot
but you
more scary.
Still saw the shark at the climax and it blew up and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. But the whole point of it is, like, it's an allegory for social media. Like, we see ourselves in it, you know? Like,
okay.
Oh, okay.
So what they need to do is make a crossover movie with Bird Box and Quiet Place, and it's just a blank screen with no sound in a theater. That's a sensory deprivation thing. And anyone who turns on a light or makes a sound dies in the theater.
Yes.
For an hour 45.
I think that should be a rule for like any movie that you go see, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just haven't been to a movie in a long time.
I don't either. I want to go see that there Captain Marvel. I want to see that Captain Marvel up in there.
I don't.
Is it because you're a men's rights activist?
Feminists are taking it over.
Yeah, so you're going to go see Alita Battle Angel instead, which I also want to see, but
I've
that
had
might be a renter.
Very rough go of it very recently. So, you know, that's my thought. When's Men's Rights Month, huh?
Yeah. I think we have like 11 of those.
So last theater movie I saw was another women in power movie. And that was the one Matt took me to.
Mine was too.
Shit, that was the last one you saw?
Yeah.
Was that Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman, yeah.
I really want to see Captain Marvel, and I also really am not looking forward to not liking a lot of it based on what I've heard of the way the plot is. Because it does a trope that annoys me in movies with flashbacks a lot.
Oh, really?
I hate that, yeah.
Oh. Well, I heard it was not
It's an
bad.
origin story.
It's not bad, but it's not one of the best Marvel ones.
Well, the problem is that, like, origin stories are so, like, there's not much you can do to shake it up, you know, because it's kind of the same.
And we've had so many origin stories over the past 10 years.
It's just hard. And it sounds like they did some stuff to try and shake up the way that works with some time, like, dilation stuff, like going back into the past a bunch. And I don't like that as a concept a lot of times because I hate, like, characters not knowing their past. Like, if there's a lot of amnesia in this movie.
Oh.
I'm like,
yeah.
But I have heard the 90s stuff is really cool, and there's a lot of cool like space battles and like
And
ships
there's
and
D.H.
that.
Sam Jackson.
Oh, I heard he's awesome in it. Like, so I am looking forward to seeing it. I just don't know if it's one of those I need to go out to the theater and see it.
Well,
I am excited.
I want to see it before Endgame. And
I am very excited.
I'm guessing
for Endgame.
since I want to see Endgame in the theater, that means I have to see Captain Marvel in the theater because I don't think it's going to be out on digital streaming stuff by then.
I mean, I'd watch it in theaters. I don't know if I'm going to get out to it. It's not like a thing I'm planning in ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe if someone's like, "Hey, let's go," I'm like, "All right." But last Marvel movie I saw in theaters was Ant-Man v the Wasp.
I just saw that pretty recently on Netflix.
It was all right.
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
It was
I
really
like the villain. I
Yeah.
like that ghost lady. She's really scary. She really does it for me. I guess that's my type of woman. The one that
Scary
will murder
ghost
you.
ladies.
Yeah. I like women that are going to kill you. You know who else did it for me? That lady from Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
Valkyrie.
Yeah. Well, no.
No.
Not her. Come on.
Oh, the one that like.
I actually-
Hella.
I actually love Tessa Thompson. as well.
Yeah.
She's really cool.
She's
But
great.
I was talking about Kate Blanchett.
I'm looking forward to the Valkyrie Thor reunion in Men in Black.
Yes. What? Wait, really?
Yeah, they're starring in the new Men in Black.
Oh, that'll be awesome. I love both those people. And they're both really funny, so
Mhm.
I'm excited. Like,
I am behind on the Marvels. I'm way
it's
behind
fine.
on the Marvels.
Did you see Infinity War? You have to
Yes.
at this point because it's on Netflix.
I have seen Infinity War, but even though it's on Netflix, I still have yet to see Black Panther.
Oh,
I have not
seen it.
that's one of the best.
I have not seen either Ant-Man's.
Ant-Man's
the
are
problem.
fun.
Here's the problem I have with Black Panther. It's a long movie.
Yeah.
So I have time to dedicate to watching it. I really want to see it though, because all the clips from the Oscars. And all
Oh,
the
you haven't
crazy
seen it at
costumes-
all?
No.
Oh, definitely watch it. Yeah.
All right. It's on our list of
It's
things
too
to
long
watch.
to like. I've seen it once in the theater and once on streaming, and I don't
think
think
it's
I'm going to
2.5
rewatch
hours?
it anymore because it's just too damn long. But you definitely have to see it at least once.
I still haven't seen Guardians of the Goats Volume 2.
Well, it's only 2:15. For some reason, I thought it was longer. Infinity War was almost 3 hours long. So
What else am I missing?
what?
I haven't seen Guardians of the Goats Volume
The
2.
Incredible Hulk starring Edward Norton.
I haven't seen that.
Can we talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3
Yeah, we can.
real quick?
Yeah, we can.
So
What's the opposite of the "I will remember you" thing?
Disney.
I have remembered you.
Disney remembered that they had a director who made them, I think, 1.5 billion combining the two movies together, or something like that. Maybe even closer to 2 billion. And they were like, "Hey, so you said those like really tasteless jokes on Twitter, and then immediately apologized for them and deleted them,
In the best way possible.
and we fired you for that for some reason."
Yeah.
Because I feel like what happened in that situation was they told someone really high up at Disney, like Bob Iger, I think is still the guy there. I don't know. Anyway, somebody really high up, and he was just like, "Yeah, fire him,"
Yeah.
without really thinking about it. And then they're like, "Well, we have to do it because the fucking boss of the studio
Yeah.
said it."
Because
And
the
then they were
decision
like,
didn't come from Marvel; it came
No.
from the full-on capital D
Yes.
Disney Corporation.
Correct. And then it was very quick. And I want to reiterate that the tweets he said were gross, but it was also like shock Twitter humor, and he apologized for them, and they were actually already deleted. Someone like Internet Wayback Machine found them. And
Yeah.
he apologized for him very well, actually, and said he was like not as good of a person as he is now. Like he learned from it. It's why he deleted them already before anyone found them, even because he knew it was bad. And he was like, and everyone on the cast was like, he's incredible, and and then they fired him anyway for some reason. And then it sounds like they didn't really like hearing from the pre-production on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They didn't have a director yet.
Yeah.
Like they were just it really feels to me like they were like, all right, we made this split decision. Let's wait until like he goes off, does another project for someone else. He's doing Suicide Squad 2, and then after that wraps, then we'll just like say, okay, he can come back. Like he apologized, and it'll blow over
Yeah.
because the original stuff that was unearthed by a bunch of like neo-Nazi accounts.
Yeah, wasn't
right-wing...
it like that Mike Cernovich guy?
Yeah, exactly. It was a bunch of like white nationalist Twitter accounts were just like, hey, this guy's not so great. Like, and like, it was like, wow, you're just going to listen to these guys? Like, do you think they have an alternative motive because he's like talked about how he tries to be like super inclusive? Like one of his co-writers is a woman, you know, like he's trying to like, you know what I mean? And be super liberal. And they're like, oh no, like you weren't super liberal when you were 22 and making shitty jokes on Twitter. Like,
yeah,
anyway.
well, I think that was a new thing, and now we're seeing like, okay, the online outrage machine can be like controlled and weaponized. So if there's an outcrying, maybe we have to look deeper into what's actually happening and not just immediately be like, oh my god, everyone on the internet's mad at us.
Yeah, and I think part of it is that there's like levels.
Yeah,
and like in terms of like what he did, was his jokes were obviously extremely like graphic and bad because he was joking about like child sex, but it was also like very obviously like jokes, like shock jokes, you know what I mean, like, and like taking them out of that context of like the threads that they were being posted on Twitter and the replies that they were, you know, was like very clearly like what you would like what someone like a Tucker would do. What's his name, that fucking asshat from
Chris
Fox
Tucker.
News?
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
Oh god.
Going on to Bubba the Love Sponge and talking about child brides.
My mom.
He doesn't get fired. And he didn't apologize. He doubled down when he was confronted about it.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's almost like there's a difference between Fox
like
TV and Disney.
Anyway, but
It's
apparently
almost like there's a reason that all of the other parts of Fox wanted to get away from that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
actually.
no, please buy us, please. So this,
anyway,
I guess,
I'm just excited.
It's our reverse milkshake duck segment.
Yeah. Well, I'm just happy because that was one of my favorite Marvel like franchises, and losing James Gunn was a big blow because I think his unique writing and directing style and team made those movies.
It was
stand
his
out.
baby from the beginning.
Yeah, and so I'm glad he's able to come back.
Reverse milkshake duck. Is that a smoothie goose?
Yes. Thank you.
Can we make that a thing?
That's a smoothie goose. So, okay, so milkshake duck is, like, what is it? Everybody, milkshake duck is the greatest. And
everybody loves milkshake dust.
We regret to inform you, milkshake dust is a racist, I believe is the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is smoothie goose? We're happy to inform you that smoothie goose is a great person. How about that?
Yay.
We shop it around.
We're willing to accept that Smoothie Goose has acknowledged his mistakes and vowed to be a better person. I just love how every facet of like pop culture, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, we just love redemption stories. But then in real life, it's like, no, fuck you, no second chances.
Yeah, well, and that's true. But then there's people that try and force their redemption stories, like a Louis C.K.
Yeah,
who's kind of doubled down on his shittiness a
Yeah.
little bit.
Quite a bit.
I'm not willing to say that he is never going to be able to make a comeback because, you know, whatever.
Yeah, you never know.
But what he did was worse, I think, than make shitty jokes on Twitter by a lot. So
Yeah, like he destroyed people's careers.
Yeah, and but it's interesting looking back at Louis C.K.'s comedy and being like, he was kind of an asshole, but you were like, oh, but he's not like a bad guy. He just likes to joke about all these asshole things. And now you're just like, I think he is that guy. I think he may be a bad person.
Like
and
all
that
of his
sucks.
jokes about being an asshole were just sort of like low-key confessions.
Yeah. Oh, you're that guy that you were joking about being like white male privilege guy, but it was like a joke. But now it's like, oh, it was a joke, except for that you were in on the joke on yourself and totally taking advantage of it, like not checking your privilege. God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So what's he been doing lately? I haven't heard any.
I do
Louis
know
C.K.
one thing he's been doing lately is having all of his voiceover roles taken by Patton Oswalt.
Oh.
He's doing the Life
Nice.
of Pets too instead of Louis C.K.
I would much rather have Patton Oswalt get the work.
You know, though, like one of the worst part, like Life of Pets, I didn't really like. One of the worst parts is when his dog whips his dick out in front of the other dogs, and they're in the middle. It was a weird. It didn't feel like it made sense in that children's movie.
Yeah.
But, you know, he said it.
It's like
had
I
to be
get
in
their
there.
dogs and they can't really control, but
Yeah.
like
The whole
you know.
scene was. It takes a different tenor now that we know what happened.
it's like what's his face in Baby Driver. You know, like the first time I saw it, we didn't know, and now rewatching the movie, it's just a lot creepier.
I gotta say,
Get
Edgar
me,
Wright
baby.
was so lucky to get that movie out before the Kevin Spacey stuff happened, because that movie did well, had a good audience, got good reviews.
Yeah, it
and
had
then the
pretty
Kevin
much
Spacey
gotten to the maximum of its run.
Yep.
Like it wasn't
Yep.
a movie that was going to stay in theaters for 12 months or whatever.
It was basically timed perfectly. So, and I feel bad because obviously Edgar Wright is not that guy. You know what I mean? He just, you know,
No.
just ended up hiring an actor who had a lot more baggage than he had thought. Of course, rumors are around then. I think he's apologized for hiring him, and you know, he just
Yeah.
move
Well,
on.
the other thing is like if you're hiring somebody to play a scummy character, is it tempting to hire a scummy person to play it?
I mean, James Wood has made a career out of it. James
Yeah.
Wood's he plays scumbags and is a scumbag, so it works out for him. Anyway, let's go to the news. What's been going on, guys?
What's in the news?
What's in the news?
What's in the news?
TJ, you
Yeah?
you played some VR stuff. I saw.
Yeah, I played more of the Beat Saber game. Oh, I didn't talk about that last week.
You did.
Not only did I pick up Beat Saber, I've now learned how to stream it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I think I saw some of that stream. I was taking a shower during it again because
Yeah.
apparently you only stream when I'm in the shower.
Yeah, I usually try to time myself when you are not wearing clothing.
Yeah,
I
he checks the
apologize.
cameras that he's had installed into your house.
Well, I tweet it out
Yeah.
when I get naked every day. I just tweet it.
Yeah.
Like, got naked.
So the weird thing is it's not even like on purpose. It's just an automatic thing you have set up where your clothing has sensors in it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's expensive, but you know I'm always connected. You know, I want people to know my life. I'm one of those new millennials oversharing. You know, like that's my thing.
Yep. So yeah, I streamed a little bit of Thumper, and then went
Yes.
into Beat Saber. Thumper. Now you can get that on, I think, PC, Switch, and PS4, but
Yeah,
PS4 is the only one you can do VR on.
I think it's VR and Vive.
Is it?
I think so.
I'm not.
I mean,
I don't
sure
think
about
it was
that.
at launch, but
Okay.
I think it may have added it.
It is on
He's looking-
Steam.
Yeah, but
And
is it
it
VR?
does have. No, I don't think it's VR.
It
on
has
Steam.
Vive
Oh,
right
it-
here.
Yeah, it does. It's got the little
Yep.
the triangle.
It has the Vive and Oculus actually, both.
Nice.
I've heard that's the way to play it.
Oh man, I can't play scary games, but this is the one that embeds scary visuals into my psyche, while also being a rhythm game,
Yeah.
which is
And
kind
you
of my
play this
favorite.
with a controller, right?
plays with a controller. Yes.
Because you're controlling a little like teardrop shaped space car.
It's a shiny chrome beetle, and not the car. It's a beetle
Oh, nice.
because he's got wings and everything. Later levels, he has like a little floaty fly.
Oh, that looks really cool. I'm
You
gonna
have to
get
fly
this.
for spikes and stuff.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Like you're like a weird metal scarab, and you're going down this like
It's
metal
almost like
track.
an
Everything's
F-Zero
like
X kind of track.
oppressive. Yeah.
It's a hallucinogenic trip of a game,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah,
Like all these
It
bright
sounds
colors. Yeah,
awesome.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then Beat Saber is just, hey, I'm holding two lightsabers and hitting blocks. Which sounds boring, but it's a lot more intense than you think. Especially based on how scoring works in there. Where you actually have to really follow through your swings in order to actually do anything to get points.
Oh, so you get like a force of hit bonus?
Not force. You have to start 90 degrees before you hit and follow through at least 60 degrees to get full points. And the more you get through the center of the block, the better. So if the block has a top pointing down arrow, even if you're a little bit angled in, it's fine as long as you cross through the center of the block.
Okay. So it's like you're trying for like the accuracy of your slices, and you're going to become a Jedi Master.
Basically, for a whole, 18 songs? 18 songs, and then there's DLC. Or you can play on a PC and get custom songs, because that's what PC does.
Yeah.
Is mods, just like the whole Osu community.
Are all the new songs in the PS version going to be DLC? Do you have to pay for that, or is it going to be
yes,
like...
you have to pay for it.
Because I was seeing something about them tweeting that the DLCs are going to include a lot of different genres. Because right now it's all kind of just like this heavy kind of dubstep-y stuff.
Very much so. And I would love to have the custom stuff. Like I have seen saber tracks for like the big one is Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force. Yeah. But I can't get that on my PS4. There's no way to...
I want to do Duel of the Fates.
Oh.
So how does the... I guess, do you know how the installation of like custom stuff works on
no, but I'm sure
PC?
It's pretty simple.
I wonder if it's like somebody has to program a level for you, or if you could just like upload a song and it's the software smart enough to be like, here are the beats.
It's not Audio Shield.
Okay.
Audio Shield lets you upload songs just like Audio Surf did in the past.
Oh God, I actually opened up Audio Surf and played that recently. That game is so fun. Just being able to play like any song that you have, any MP3, and then Audio makes a track for it. Yeah, that's a really fun game. Just to chill. You can listen to podcasts on it. It's really weird, actually, doing it that. I've done that. Just because I was like, I wonder what this will be like. And it's as weird as you would expect.
But yeah, there's some... I know people are still making more and more VR games, and there was just a new VR game announced this past week that's coming to PlayStation VR, at least PSVR first, and that's they're doing Space Channel 5 in VR.
Really?
Yeah, that game was weird to begin with, but
I feel like there's plenty of ooh la la VR experiences that are not legal. They've ripped some images from that and put it in some sort of...
Ooh, where can I
what
find
was that game?
VR Chat?
VR Chat, yeah.
No, it's a VR Kanojo. What was that? That weird sex game?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many of them.
I was about to say, I was actually looking through Steam,
and one of the top,
one of the top games is a fucking porn game.
It's
VR Kanojo.
Yeah.
Matt, you have to get VR Kanojo and let us know what it's like.
VR Kanojo.
Kanojo.
There is a category on, well, let's just say the hub. There's a category on the hub of videos from VR Kanojo. Yeah, for adult videos.
Yeah. No, I don't. Don't give me sound. I just want to see. This looks very upsetting.
Well, I think the idea is you're tutoring a young college student. And she's like, things go in the way that every porno movie I've ever seen it's gone. So
holy shit, this game's $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So what you're saying is, the guy says it's not my thing and respectfully leaves. Is that how every...
Yeah. I mean, that's what you could. I think you could play it that way. But anyway,
new Patreon goal. If you want me to play this, you gotta pay $50 to Patreon.
If you want some virtual boob touching, this is your game.
And I do.
Hentai do?
I mean,
oh, that's horrible.
But anyway, if you're into weirdly having virtual sex with a weird anime doll.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's a pretty big demographic
I do think so.
on the internet. So, I mean, that's why it's $50.
Anyway, the uncensored patch is available as a free download. Just heads up.
Correct. I believe it is censored, but yeah, is the uncensored patch like through Steam, or do you have to like go around?
I think you gotta go around it. Let me see what oneangrygamer.net says.
You know what the worst part about Steam is that if you buy this game, it'll tell all of your friends that you own it.
Matt is playing porn game.
It's the only game that Illusion has on Steam. If you know Illusion, if you know hentai games, you know Illusion, the company, because they make like a lot of them. Not that I know anything about it, but if you were to know about it, you would know that name. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're. Well, did you even talk about Beat Saber? We talked about Thumper.
We talked about Beat Saber a bit too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Like I've heard a lot of people say it's like one of the killer apps.
Just wait until there's an anime porn rhythm game.
I'm sure there is.
It's going to be called Humper.
It's called Humper. Yes, thank you, Matt.
Anyway, John, what are you doing with your life?
You gotta pick a thing off my list here.
Go. Tell me about your 8th grade experience.
I should just remove the things from the list I don't want to talk about.
Tell me about Spyro Reignited.
No, I want to talk about 8th grade.
Tell me about COD both 4.
I saw. Oh, it's
that
actually
tweet.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is actually a great.
You've talked quite a bit about that.
Well, it's double experience weekend this weekend, and
Okay.
I have played pretty much nonstop. That I've gone up like about 30 ranks. I'm getting close to max rank. I've gotten really into it, and I don't want to pat myself on the back, but the skill is returning now to where I'm now at the middle to the top of the leaderboards every match. My KD ratio is above 1 now. So the key, I'm going to tell you the key in Call of Duty games to being good, and this is a thing that if you talk to any Call of Duty professional gamer, is to get a good kill to death ratio and a lot of score streaks, is not camping and not sniping, is get a submachine gun and run up on people and shoot them.
Just spray and pray.
It's literally the best way to play the game, is run fast, because when you're standing still is when you get shot. So you always want to be moving, and if you have submachine guns that you can fire while moving very easily, and I've gotten very good at the submachine guns and auto shotgun. And it is really fun being good at the game now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I'm great, but I think I'm now able to compete. There are some matches where I still get rinsed because there's really good people in it, but if I'm playing, like, I think the matchmaking has found my, like, level, and now I feel like I'm actively competing and actually, like, not being carried every match, but actually contributing towards wins when we win. So I'm really, really happy and gotten really good at the game, like, compared to where I was. So I play a lot of Call of Duty. That game fucking sucks, though. That game was $50 or $60 when it released, and the DLC, like, fucking battle pass is $50. So that game's $110 fucking dollars. You know what I mean?
Fucking ridiculous.
Like, I didn't pay for that because I got a free copy, but I bought the battle pass for $50 because I was like, well, I got a free pass and it has all these DLC maps, but I don't play Blackout, so there's a third of the game I'm never playing, and I haven't played Zombies yet, so it's kind of annoying. Like, all the zombie stuff, I don't need. They should really split the Zombies game out. Like, having it all in one package, like, just doesn't seem right. Like, they should make a Black Ops or Blackout game, which is their Battle Royale game, which is still really popular. And I just want to play the regular Call of Duty multiplayer. Like, get me in on that. But Cordite all day. That's the gun, SMG I use. I don't have the Maddox RFB, which is the best assault rifle because it shoots like a submachine gun, and I want it, but that's it. You have to max rank to get that one unlocked. So waiting to get there. I'm definitely gonna prestige. I'm not gonna be one of those bitches that stays at max level, because you know what prestiging is, TJ or Matt, right?
It's the same thing as like prestiging and cookie clicker.
It's where you disappear.
It's where you go back to the start.
Oh, that
and
reminds me.
go up the levels again.
That
but
reminds
with like
me.
a prestige like level.
I'm playing a new idle clicker game.
Yes.
Yes, it's called Universal Paperclips.
Okay. Explain it to me.
So Universal Paperclips starts off as your. I'm gonna open it back up, see where I'm doing right now. I'm really enjoying this one because it's not just like clicker and then you do this and you do this and just this is more ways to get your numbers up. So you start off just clicking a make paperclip button.
Okay.
And then once you
now wait a minute. Are these like clippy?
No, because you don't see the paperclips.
They're in your mind, John.
So there's a make paperclip
Sorry,
button.
I can't get around clippy. I'm worried.
But the problem is you make paperclips from an inventory of wire that you have to keep buying.
Okay.
And then you also have to actually hope that your paperclips sell, so you can adjust the price of your paperclips by raising or lowering the price, and that will change the demand, but also how much revenue you get per second. As you go on, you're able to buy some auto clippers that will clip paperclips on your own. So that's how you're making more of your paperclips as you kind of go on. And then you get these projects that pop up. You get a computer that has its computational resources. And as you make a certain amount of paperclips, you can either add a point to processors or add a point to memory. Memory is how many operations you can do, and processors is how fast it will increase. And you can spend those operations on getting upgrades. That's actually where you get the auto clippers. There's a wire buyer that will constantly buy the wire for you, and then even later on, mega clippers that have much more of that make clips a lot faster. Once you're at that point, you start opening up some other weird segments. You can take money that you've earned, and you can put it into marketing, and marketing will increase the public demand for your paperclips.
Now, is this on Steam?
No, this is free.
This is
Well, I know, but they're free games on
decisionproblem.com/paperclips.
Yes,
Wait,
or you
what?
can get an iPhone or Android version as well. Yeah, decisionproblem.com/paperclips. Or you can just search for Universal Paperclips.
Yeah, that's what I did. And I'd like to retire from the podcast because I'm just going to do this for the rest of the night.
Okay. Yeah, because when I first played, I played for 4 hours. And then, but anyway, so eventually you can actually open up an investments pod where you can deposit your money into a thing that you can put into low risk, medium risk, or high risk investments.
Oh God! So there's like gambling in this?
Not exactly, because it does the investments for you. And it's a 50-50 shot that in general the prices will go up or go down. It's just high risk are more volatile where low risk aren't. You can also buy these quantum computing cores that you can use to increase your operations by clicking a compute button. Mm-hmm. But it's also random based off of whether the cores are dark or light. Because if you click them when most of them are not dark, you will actually lose operations instead, to the point where there is a quantum temporal reversion, which will return you to the beginning. But you don't want to do that because I'm still only in stage 1. And there's also another module that popped up called strategic modeling, where I pick a strategy that I have to purchase from my projects. And once I pick a strategy, I then run a tournament, which costs me operations. And based off how well my strategy did against all the other strategies, I earn Yomi, which is a different currency that I can use to upgrade my investment engine.
Okay, I already did my taxes. We talked about this.
Okay. Well,
sounds cool.
Upgrading your investment engine means that your stocks will be even more likely to succeed. I'm at the point where instead of having only a 50% rate of going up, I just upgraded again. I'm 77% more likely to go up over going down. But once you actually get to the point where you unlock the project called Hypnodrones, which I have yet to do, and then release the Hypnodrones, you actually unlock stage 2 of Universal Paperclips, which the game completely folds in on itself.
Okay.
And it's completely different.
So is this what's the frog fractions quotient of this game?
Definitely about a 20% over 5 frog fractions quotient.
That's cool.
But yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube. Someone talked about
a tutorial.
No, it was
check out this is Sweet Boy 69. This is my paperclips tutorial.
No, someone did a video a while back about bad game design clicker games and how they're just all bad. And then someone countered by saying, well, there are some good points about clicker games, especially clicker games that aren't just the same monotonous task over and over and over again. And this was one of the ones he suggested. So I tried it out, and it's been quite the time waster. I make right now I have 11.8 million paperclips unsold. So if I lower the price of my paperclips, I can sell them faster.
Mm-hmm.
I am making about 1/3 paperclips per second, and I'm averaging selling it says about 197,000 paperclips per second, but the fact that my unsold inventory is not really changing much means I'm really selling more. I'm at a point where I can't quite get my operations high enough to do Hypnodrones. But once I can do that, I just want to get to stage 2.
Yeah,
I really do.
You can. Is this like Scientology?
I think so.
You need to get to the next Thetan level.
Quite a bit,
OT3.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about something.
I've gotten up to 3,000 paperclips so far. So
I'm
going
at-
to keep you all updated.
Yeah, I'm getting there too. All right.
I've lifetime made 4.3 billion paperclips.
Where do you find that? I'm only seeing the amount I have available to purchase right now.
All the way on top is your paperclips you've made lifetime, but the unsold inventory is how many paperclips you have currently.
Oh, okay. So that doesn't reduce when they're sold. Got
Correct.
it. That's just the total. Okay. 800 some.
I would recommend that if you're starting early game and you want to start making money pretty quickly, I would lower your paperclip price to about 8 or 9 cents.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
where I'm at right now. Public
Even though
demand
they
is
start you at
100%.
like what, 150, I think, or $1.50.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm selling them about 20 cents, so I'm going to lower it. Anyway, let's not talk about a game we're all playing during
I'm just
the
going to
podcast.
have a live stream of this 24/7.
Stop. We're
on Twitch.
recording a podcast. I want to talk about something.
Okay.
John,
Can we
let's how's your
I'm going. I'm
how's your
picking
classic
I'm picking a thing. God damn it.
science corner?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to bring this up many weeks ago, and I forgot about it. And I finally added it. I want to talk about the Meghan Trainor press release.
Okay.
Strike while the iron's hot.
So, do you know who Meghan Trainor is? Anyone?
She's all about the
Cousin,
bass.
No, I'm all about that bass.
All that bass.
No treble.
Not another
all
treble.
about that bass.
So
No, I don't know her at all.
want to mention that, we make fun of Macklemore,
Because he's our...
Yeah, he's our enemy of the podcast.
Yes, correct.
Second on my enemies list, right, is
This was called Meghan Trainor wrong.
Meghan
I
Trainor.
fixed it.
She is all sorts of horrible. Like, listening to her in interviews and things, she is very much... like how people are like, pop stars are vapid and they just sing music that is, written for them. They don't
Yes.
actually, like, art. Yeah, that's literally this lady. Like, you know what I mean? All right, but let's talk about this. So she had a new video, All the Ways, from her new EP, The Love Train. And All the Ways is literally talking about having sex all the ways. because she got married to that kid from Spy Kids, Daryl Sabara. So they released
big fan of his
video
pizza.
right around right around Valentine's Day. So sometime. But let me read this press release for you here. All right, I'm going to read this in a voice that is what a press release voice to be written or said as. Valentine's Day is around the corner, and whether you're planning on smashing Bay's junk to smithereens, smashing Bay's junk to smithereens is in the first sentence of this. Whether you're planning on smashing Bay's junk to smithereens or making out with a pint of fish food, you need some fresh Valentine's Day bops to get you in the mood for love with a heart instead of an O. Heart emoji. And Meghan Trainor has got you covered with her new EP, The Love Train, Epic Records. You know what? You know you want it. And you can freaking get it, bitch, on all digital platforms right here. I already have 40 or 50 types of cancer. And you know what? While I was in the shower, I was thinking about how I could introduce this segment, and I completely fucked it up. I wanted to first introduce the segment as a podcast stream announcement. I have contracted cancer. I'm sorry. I want to get real serious, and then I was going to read this press release of what caused it. So anyway, Megan's seducing your ears this V-Day, and you know she knows her thing or two about romance. Unless your phone's been broken for a hot minute, you know that Megan just got married to the ginger from Spy Kids. Calling him out, huh? And trust me when we say, girl is feeling the love. She took a break from her busy schedule to record some fire tracks in Los Angeles alongside frequent collaborators and producers Andrew Wells, 5SOS, Fall Out Boy, Jason Mraz, so you know he's good.
Fall Out Boy is still around?
Apparently. J Cash, Maroon 5, Charlie Puth, Kesha, and Tyler Johnson, Harry Styles, Cam. We know you want to hear songs about all the hot newlywed sex Megan and Daryl Sabara are having.
Do not.
Did you see what we did there? This is like, and I don't want to use Parlance of Our Times fucking BuzzFeed article about how quote-unquote thirsty this press release is, but it is fucking insane. Like, these people are not having sex. That's how much this is, like, because this is what people that aren't having sex talk like. Like, yeah, I totally did it in all the ways, dude. Like, what is this nonsense? Which is why I love the bangin' single, All the Ways. Billboard was wet for All the Ways, calling it another fun, danceable track to fall in love with. And would Billboard lie to you, girl?
Is it spelled G-U-R-L?
No.
No.
I'll point those out.
Okay.
Hey, guys, perhaps the piece de resistance, which is not the way you say that, that's French for wig snatch. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got throat cancer from that. Is Marry Me, a romantic acoustic guitar and ukulele tinged awe fest, which delivers all the feels and then more feels. Oh. Megan wrote the song 30 days after meeting Daryl, and it was so good that she walked down the aisle to it. She fucking walked down the aisle to her own fucking song. Are you fucking kidding me? That is so gauche. Like, anyway. We know. That's a little bit hashtag vom-worthy. I love they use the hashtag in a non-Twitter thing. But also, I'm chopping onions right now. Are those tears rolling down my face? I'm not crying. You're crying. I'm not crying. Someone who is a rich, famous person who writes and sings pop music is marrying someone who used to be in movies when they were a child, is walking down the aisle to a song she wrote to make money off of. I'm crying. Thanks, Matt, for being honest. And as always, our Grammy-winning, diamond single-having queen did not just come to play. She came to slay. Oh. She's serving vocals on the passionate Celine Dion-esque power ballad, After You. I love when people compare themselves to, like, classic generational talents. Plus, Megan serving your insatiable thirst for dance-ready bops with the upbeat banger that is Foolish. It slaps so hard you'll be standing for days. That is the worst sentence of 2019. It slaps so hard you'll be standing for days.
Like on my butt, where it's painful to sit down.
Do you even know what the term
slaps.
standing means?
Oh, standing. I looked it up. It was, I think I looked it up because this article was trending on Twitter. It's about Stan from the Eminem song, right?
It's the creepy stalker fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now
That's
people
what it
use
is.
it as like a term of pride. Like
It's not.
being creepy for this person.
It's being creepily obsessed with something.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a negative term.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bad news, guys.
What?
I've heard this freaking song way too
God.
many freaking times. It's in my loop at work.
Oh no!
Oh, God, no. Wait, which one?
All the ways. The
Oh.
original first one.
I
they
have not
mentioned.
heard these. I feel like, remember when we played the game where you would die if you heard Last Christmas?
Yeah.
Christmas? If I hear this, I'll die.
So is the song just like, and I've never heard it, is it just like in the vagina, in the butt, sometimes
No.
in the mouth or the hand?
It's very coy about mentioning anything.
It's just butt sex, though.
Yeah.
That's all she's into.
That is the only way.
Yeah. Let's talk about the rest of this because I haven't finished. It slaps so hard you'll be standing for days. As if all the PDA, including foot massages, butterfly kisses, and piggyback rides aren't cringeworthy enough, says her brother and videographer Ryan. I've got to film it all. And he said that like in a negative way, I'm sure. He's like, great, I have to fucking film my sister. I mean, I'm thankful that my sister has gotten me a job as a videographer in her fucking thing, and I'm just some fucking pud who happens to have a famous sister.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I happen to know how to operate a camera.
yeah. Choo choo, betch. Spelled out, betch. The love train is leaving the station, and you better get on board. Be on the lookout for more surprises very soon as she prepares for a landmark 2019. Anyway, it's pretty much the worst thing I've ever seen written.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that into our lives.
I just want to mention I watched the movie Hereditary recently because I wanted to see a horror movie and I heard it's really good. And if you haven't seen Hereditary, if you have Amazon Prime, it's free, so you can watch it. It is probably the best horror movie since The Exorcist, I'd say. And it's very similar. In like its creepiness. Like it's like a family and it's just this like, yeah, anyway, I don't want to get into the details too much. But I looked up, well, this would spoil the movie, I suppose, based on what I looked up because of it. Well, let's say I didn't look up.
You're not about to spoil the movie for me, are you?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it. How about this? If you're into creepy, weird... Okay, The Exorcist is what I'm talking about. So I was looking up weird, like, Satan books and demonology on Amazon.
Yeah.
Because The Exorcist is, like, kind of about, like, exorcising demons and whatnot. So I wanted to look up... And there's, like... I got into some fucking... You can get into a deep hole. Just look up Lesser Key of Solomon, which is, like, a list of all the demons from, like, back when, like, Babylonian times or whatever written out. Go on the Amazon reviews of those and they're like, I followed the instructions and I'm very happy with the results of my demon summoning. And you're like, okay, something's going on here. But
and that's not even getting into the self-published demonology books on Amazon.
No. This is like the old texts that have been translated by like anyway, what I'm saying is the evil in those does not hold a candle to that press release that was just put out. I'm not into theology on demons in any way, like not in, but like watching movies like The Exorcist, or I think The Conjuring kind of goes into it a little bit too. I think I saw a lot of people mentioning that book being like mentioned in The Conjuring. I just think it's interesting because it's like historical text of like reading what people in like the 1600s like thought of as like demons.
Yeah. It's like this was their version of science. They were like categorizing demons because they thought that it did stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, and then like some of the books that you can get into actually...
Your nose is running and you have a fever? Oh, you've got this kind of demon.
Yeah. No, but like the books apparently get into like instructions on how to like summon their spirit, basically. And so like some of the reviews are like, oh, you know what? Let's faint for a second. I'm just going to bring up some of the reviews. The best part about it is because I looked it up on Amazon. Now, thank you. Stop. Because I looked it up on Amazon. Now it's like, hey, do you want to buy this demonology book? And I'm like, yeah, it's just like researching. Now it's going to happen again. Now that I search it again, it's going to come up in my like, hey, you didn't end up buying this. I wanted to possibly buy it on like Kindle, but like because this is like a niche thing that the prices are high. Like the book is like $30 is the cheapest. You know what I mean? And then it's a book from 2001. Like even used copies are expensive. So, but let me read some of the reviews here. Let me find a good one. People were Matt, keep vamping.
I don't want to go on another topic because I will rant. Not rant, but
rant. What's your favorite demon, TJ?
Yeah, what's your favorite demon?
I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for some of the for some of the stuff that's kind of made its way into Final Fantasy. Let's see. I really like classic chimeras.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool... Like, I just like reading... Like, it's like reading Dante's Inferno and, like, reading the descriptions of all, like, the hell things.
Manticores. Here we go. All day long with manticores. Are those really demons? Or are they just cryptozoology?
But anyway,
Manticore
the book is very specific on like how to draw out the sigils on the ground and everything. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's pretty cool. Like here we go. Here's a good one. Now about the book's contents. The book is definitely not for beginners. If you have no training in evocation, like reading these is like reading a fantasy like world Amazon reviews. And like, you know, if you're new to evocation, this may be a little over your head. But anyway, if you've not read any of the mini books or video courses that teach beginners this art, nor have any occult experience at all, then the book most definitely is not for you. In fact, for beginners, this book can be quite dangerous, especially if you attempt to follow the directions for evocation presented in the text itself. If you have experience with evocation and you've received training in this art, or have read the mini books or watched any of the numerous videos about evocation that are available, it is difficult to imagine you've not heard of Gotia, Gotia, perhaps even the Lemegeton, of which the Goatsea is one part. So I'll proceed with my review with this assumption in mind. I purchased this book to replace a softcover Gotia that has seen better times. I once had a copy of the full Megaton, but it was lost in a move long ago. Probably it was spirits. I was surprised at the completeness of this edition. Especially good were the appendices, which contained information I had seen nowhere else. One major difference between this edition and my old softcover one is the goetic seals are not in the same double circle as with the name in between like you see in the Mathers Crowley version. The introduction explains that this was the innovation of Crowley, that he likely borrowed from another book used a similar approach. If you really like the double circle version of the seals, keep that in mind. Most practitioners draw their own seals for actual use. So if you like the circles and are familiar with them, you can always add them at that stage. It's like giving you detailed instructions on how to modify your sigils. Strangely, in my own work, I never drew the circles at all. The ones in the book look a lot more like what I use. If you're looking for complete, well-resourced and quality... Yeah, I mean, this guy, I feel like I trust this guy's opinion. And because we're on Amazon, let's see what else this person has bought and given a review of.
Well, first, let's summon a demon here real quick.
Well, he's purchased a light smoky quartz pyramid. He purchased a pressure cooker that he was very happy with. This demonologist.
I mean, hopefully he uses that for cooking.
He purchased a...
Oh, shit.
Okay, this must be... I'm assuming this is a lady now. Based on this review of the Core Products Genie Rub Variable Speed Massager, their review says, excellent vibrator.
Oh. But it says it's a massager. I'm confused.
It's actually like a full back massager thing, but I'm assuming you can sit on it. Bone Rune Stone Set. It's got some good reviews. Bought that. Wow, they're just runes made of bones. Buffalo bone. Wow, this is getting... I love that you could just get your occult supplies on Amazon now.
Yeah.
Don't gotta pop down to the magic shop to get my occult demonology supplies. I can just fucking...
Get your $100 on eBay and your occult supplies on Amazon. It's a lot safer than having to deal with, like, your local occult practitioner.
No, this must be a guy. Because he bought Dickies men's big and tall loose fit double knee work pants.
Okay.
And men's logger shirts. Got a laser pistol, training pistol, Glock 19. Gun holster.
Okay, now I'm starting to get scared.
A Galaxy S4 OtterBox. In 2017. Okay, you got an old phone, buddy. He got the Kabbalah, Quiltpoth, and Gotic Magic book.
Is this turning into an Amazon expedition now?
He got a Walther
If only I had that music
P22
handy.
pistol. This guy's he's into guns and demons, huh?
Yeah. Well, how else are you going to kill the demons, John?
And solid state drives. Because he bought a solid state drive.
To store all the information about demons.
And he got some Prada Amber Incense Uda perfume spray for men. So, he smells good too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah.
So anyways, that's the Amazon expedition.
Here's a good one. Final one. This one's one I was looking for. Hands down, the best translation, complete with footnotes, and is most treasured my favorite text and practitioner's dream. Although I don't deal too much with the various dukes and earls. Okay. Some of my favorite demons to work with. It's also a list of the hour of the day and night to summon each. Also on page 142, great info on jinns and various hours to work with the elemental energies governing those elements. I appreciate the book now more, should I say. I have more respect than I did in my 20s, when I was quite reckless with my magic, and was taught some powerful lessons by these demons on being respectful. What happened? So, sorry, I was quite reckless in my 20s. Now, 20 years later, as again I revisit, I've always some of my favorite magical texts, and I love the hardcover. The most complete work on the Lesser Keys of Solomon. If you're going to pick up any edition, this should be your first choice. That's Priestess Auset Ra Amen.
Thank you,
This is
Priestess.
the name of this person on Twitter. Let's see. I just want to find some other... I just love, looking up these people buying this demonology shit and, I got all this stuff. Oh, and also I got some Shoals inserts for my shoes.
Well, I work on my feet, so it's tough.
A lot of
John,
Kabbalah books in this
John,
one.
you don't take your familiars for granted.
I know. So I got 1,000 paperclips now.
Okay, that's awesome.
I
All right,
got
TJ, you wanted to rant?
66,000.
I want TJ to rant.
Ramble. I want to ramble.
I want to.
Ramble.
Well, you always ramble.
Yeah, I want a Rambo.
Oh.
Okay.
I want a Rambo about a Ramboat. Well, actually, I want to talk about a common practice that takes place around me every year around this time. So we are recording on the day of Mr. St. Patrick,
Yes.
the guy who drove the snakes out of Ireland. I don't know where he drove them to because it's water around Ireland.
To the House of Congress, right?
Oh, that's where all the snakes are nowadays. What up?
The House of Parliament, I guess, too, because international politics as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one of the things that happens near me in the grand old city of Chicago, also known as the Windy City.
Yes, it's St. Patty's Day.
It is St. Patty's Day.
They do something.
Yeah, they do something. And I'm not mispronouncing Windy City. There is evidence that it could have been actually called the Windy City.
Wow.
Because of the buildings used to be on jacks, and every time they had to deal with flooding, they would actually crank up the buildings.
Wow.
There's a Tom Scott video about it.
Cool.
Anyway, so every St. Patty's Day weekend, they dye the river green. They use some orange substance to dye the river green. I'm assuming it's some chemical that interacts with the water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this year's green got some great pictures taken by some drones, and it happens to be a nice shade of chroma green. Matt, do you know where I'm going with this?
Somebody green screened the river, I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, the chroma green was great for green screening it. So there have been a bunch of memes on Twitter of a bunch of things showing up at the river. Everything from like lava flow to the entire trailer to Adventure's Endgame. It's been a hoot.
That is awesome, actually.
I scroll down. I had at least 2 put together. Yep, here we go. Dyeing the Chicago River, the starting lineup for the 1997 Bulls. I'll go ahead and retweet that one.
Yeah.
I'll retweet the Avengers Endgame trailer one. Yeah, it's absolute wonder.
I love this.
Yeah, this is a great meme. This is a hashtag wholesome meme.
Yeah. It's not horrible. No one's got hurt except for the fish in the river. Or the dyes. The dye's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. If I remember correctly, the Chicago River did change direction twice in its history. Like, it's flowing upstream right now.
Yeah.
Why is that? They set that up?
Yeah, they just engineered it because it was better for whatever kind of shipping stuff they had to do.
Yeah.
That always seems good.
Yeah. Chicago is like... The Chicago waterway is ridiculously modified. It's like people showed up and were like, hey, nah, let's build our own.
Well, there's a good Twitter moments, like getting all of the like memes.
I look forward to those showing up on Neverthink within a couple of days, which is an app that I've been using to never think.
What's Neverthink?
It just is that like a constant stream of random meme videos over and over and over again, and you end up getting sucked into it, and then 3 hours of your life are gone, and you wonder what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I think, oh man, the effects on this are really cool because the green screen effect is working in the reflections of the windows in the building next to it because the green is reflected onto it, so...
But the boats are just plugging over the water with no issue as well. So if you get an animated GIF that didn't just take a still and actually took a video, you could actually see the boats going over your image. It's great.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, I wonder if they did that on purpose.
I know it's about that green every year, but I think the prevalence of drones has made some really good pictures this year.
Got it.
Oh God, don't play sound, Twitter. Come on.
God damn it,
Fuck
Matt,
you, Twitter.
Stop. We're recording a podcast.
Okay, but it looks really cool. And also, everybody's mad at J.K. Rowling, I guess.
So, well, it's because she's talking about banging all the time.
Okay.
Okay, here's the gist of why people would be mad at J.K. Rowling. She tweeted that Dumbledore and Grindelwald had an intense erotic relationship. Which is something we didn't need to know.
Is that's the Johnny Depp character?
Yeah, but I think part of it was the reason why people dislike it, her doing this, is because basically someone said, J.K. Rowling, the most inclusive and gay-friendly writer in which none of her characters are gay in the actual books or movies. Because there's, like, no actual, like, showing that. It's all, like, in Twitter, so it's just, she didn't really have the the courage or ability to actually put it in her work, but she's now after the fact trying to wokeify it.
And that's becoming a meme in and of itself.
Yeah.
Where everyone's talking about fake J.K. Rowling Potterverse things.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was a secret fifth. What's the Hogwarts house?
House.
Oh.
It was the sex house where they blah 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 blah. I don't know who retweeted that. I think I retweeted it too.
Well, all I know is that all I want to know from J.K. Rowling is what wizard fucked what other wizard.
Yeah. Usually you have to go to Tumblr for that.
And how hard they came. That's what I need to know.
Dude, but think about it. Wizard sex would have been so weird.
Yeah, it would have been weird.
They could do so many things.
Yeah.
Because you just shit on the ground and just make your shit go away.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wait,
don't even
that's
get me
canon.
started on polyjuice. Like, you can get up to some stuff. Anyway.
Wow.
This is uncomfortable now.
Yeah. But anyway, she was just kind of going off on fucking the Harry Potter world, and is a bit just it's too much. We didn't need to know all that, JK. Like it's fine. Like a lot of great writers say that the depth comes from the stuff that you wrote that you don't publish, but is still reflected in the finished work. The subtext,
Depth.
if you will. There is no subtext. The only depth is how deep Grindelwald got in that ass.
Yeah.
And that's all. Anyway.
And I'm sure there's some funny spell reference I could make right now if I knew more about Harry Potter.
Oh, now one of my mutuals got in on this as we speak. Waiting for 49 seconds ago. Waiting for J.K. Rowling to reveal that someone like Mundungus Fletcher only gets with animagi. Animagi? The ones that turn into animals.
Yeah.
Well, like, I would like her to go deeper into my fantasized creature Dobby sub-dom fetish that I wrote.
Yeah. What's up with the house elves, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're not on
House
duty
elves
all
gotta
the
fuck,
time.
right?
They
Though,
gotta
there's
fuck.
There's multiple of them.
House elves gotta fuck.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
gave
that's
you my
why.
sock. I
That's
gave
why
you
she
my
was so
sock,
into him.
Dobby. Why would you want to do with the rest of my clothes?
Yeah.
I stole that from College Humor. I apologize.
Hermione is just way into house elves, so.
Oh yeah, she is. That's right.
Yeah, so that's really what it was all about for her. She wanted to break down the barriers between house elves and humans.
If you know what we mean.
Yeah,
She's all about that face.
but she's all about that base. But those goblins probably also fuck. Like, there's a lot of gross creatures that fuck in Harry Potter.
Giants. Well,
Do you
or even the
think,
half
like,
giants
Hagrid?
with humans.
I bet the half giants and the goblins fuck each other.
I mean, obviously, but let's talk about the weirdness that Hagrid is.
Yeah.
He's a half giant. That
Yeah.
means either a tiny man was fucking a giant woman. Which
I
must
think
have been
that's the
case.
only
I
way
think
that
it's
it could
canon.
work.
That's canon that his mom was a giant,
Okay,
I think.
because like that
So
would
it's-
have ruined his mom's.
A tiny
vagina.
man was just cave exploring, basically.
How does that work? He must have been incredibly well endowed. Stop clicking! I can hear you playing the clicker.
I'm busy quantum computing right now.
We're doing this. We got through my Megan Trainor press release, which is the thing I really wanted to get through.
It's really been burning a hole in your soul.
Well, I wanted to share the cancer with everyone. So,
See, I want to share the other cancer that you've
What's
got.
that?
It's that tweet.
the tweet.
It's that tweet.
How do I make this image larger?
I'll just stretch it.
It didn't
Okay.
work.
That tweet.
Do you want me to just read it? If you can get it back, can you undo?
Here, let me fix
Do I
it
need
for
to
you.
undo?
I
Okay.
undid.
Thank you.
Well, that's actually a little easier to read,
Yep,
Matt.
that's a little
All right,
better.
why don't
yeah.
you read this? This is technically like a bite answers.
Okay, I
There,
got
how's
this.
that, TJ?
Perfect. I mean, what's this from? Is this actually a tweet?
It's a Reddit. It's
Okay.
from Reddit r/relationships.
Relationships. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so the title is I'm 29 female, dating my husband, 55 male, ex-wife, 49 female. How do I tell him?
Yeah,
All
love the premise.
Me and my husband have been together for 4 years and married for 2 years. Now, first of all, that already violates the half your age plus 7 rule.
Yeah.
Because 4 years ago, she's 25, he's 51. Half his age plus 7 is well over 25. I think it's 32.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Based on this situation, it seems like these people are very, very upper income bracket or very, very lower income bracket.
Isn't that funny how that works out?
Yeah. Me and my husband have been together for 4 years and married for 2 years. We've been open from the very beginning due to long distance. For the first year of our relationship,
well, you can't edit Reddit posts after you post them. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Actually,
I lived in New York, and he lived in Seattle. I think you just can't edit the title.
Yeah.
And traveling a lot. But now we're settled and just enjoying being able to explore the depths of our sexualities. We generally try to meet each other's partners if they're okay with it. The problem is that I won't let my husband meet my partner of 6 months because she's his ex-wife. We met at my stepdaughter's play and hit it off immediately. We became fast friends and hung out a lot.
Stop 1 second. Met at my stepdaughter's play.
Yeah.
So the stepdaughter is his and hers daughter.
Correct.
Yes.
How? Okay, I don't know the complicatedness of relationships, but that's just got to be weird. Like, here's mom, 49. Here's dad, 55. Here's this girl who's like 15 years older than I am, maybe 10 years older than I am, possibly, depending on, if she's a senior in high school, and that's who's dating my dad.
Maybe 20. Who knows?
Gotta be awkward. Anyway.
Yeah.
Could be a college play. Probably.
Yep. All right. We became fast friends and hung out a lot. But after a hookup, we decided to get more serious and have been dating ever since. We go out a few times a month and occasionally take weekend trips away. She has a common name, so it's easy to talk about her.
So he's already dropping the name. He's like, Sarah and I. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm with this woman, Sarah. It's going really well, we're very happy. But, I don't know if she's comfortable meeting you. Not that she sees you all the time anyway, because you share a daughter. But anyway, continue, TJ. Sorry.
She has a common name, so it's easy to talk about her around my husband and our friends who know about our arrangement. But they're all getting to the point where they want pictures or to meet her. And I keep having to come up like she's not out yet or she's not comfortable meeting my husband. But I'm running out of excuses. I know their divorce was super amicable and they're still friendly and not just for the kids. But I can't bring myself to say I'm dating your ex-wife. And I just wish I could. Instead of spending every kid function, the three of us end up Instead of spending...
She's saying every time that all three of them are at some function where the kids play or something, she just wants to die.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it's awkward between the two.
I end up wanting to die. Okay.
She's literally in this situation where she's dating both people at the same event.
Yeah.
She
keeps telling me to just tell him, but I can't. I'm honestly in love with her.
I love that. Sorry, keep going.
Yep. I'm honestly in love with her. She's really cool and smart and beautiful. The last thing I want to do is break up with a woman I love because the man I love. Too long didn't read. I'm in an open relationship and I'm in love with my husband's ex-wife. How do I tell him? Do I tell him?
I want to say this. This is the greatest thing I've ever read. Because this is this hot older lady absolutely fucking dunking on her ex-husband by seducing his wife. It is straight up. And then she's like, tell him.
You
tell
think
him.
It's like a plan.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you don't just all of a sudden, after being married to this man for all this time, just be like, I'm going to, I actually, we hung out together and all of a sudden, some reason things, we kind of hit it off, oh, she's in it. She's just like, tell him. Ruin him. I've taken everything from him. I gotta give props to that lady though. Fuck, man, it is so awesome. She's just dunking on her ex-husband by banging his wife all the time. It's so good. Oh god. Anyway, I don't know how you fix that. I think that's an unfixable situation.
Yeah, it's like the longer you wait, the worse it gets. So the best time to fix it was
now,
like
though.
a while ago.
Yeah, it's been going
6
on
months.
for it's too long now.
Like maybe
1/4
5.5
of
months
their
ago or something.
I mean, this is a marriage ender. You know what I mean?
I guess it depends on how he reacts to it, but I figure like now
It
the
can't
point
go
is
well.
the bigger thing is not that it's happening, but that you kept it secret from me for so long.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's
How
just
fucked
it's a bad
up is that?
it's a bad situation.
I mean, I don't want to like tell people how to live their lives. You know, love finds all the ways, but like something's
good.
weird
I
about
that
that
reference.
though.
All
Hashtag all the ways, but like this can't work.
It seems
Something's
very
busted
stressful.
here because he dropped his relationship with this lady, like his ex-wife, and now she's taken part of his current relationship. You know, like it just doesn't work. Like they broke up, and it sounds like they're like they can share each other sometimes. But like, was he going to go back to his ex-wife, or is this a long con where he broke up with his wife, and then so he could find a young girl and then bring his wife back?
Oh, so she's the bait in this situation.
You know what my favorite part about this is, by the way? This was deleted. And I'm glad I got the screenshot because we wouldn't be able to read it now.
Man. I wonder if that means somebody found out. It got too popular and somebody saw it.
Let's see how popular it did get. How many upvotes? 61% upvoted. It doesn't say the number though when it's deleted. It only has 18 upvotes, so it didn't blow up. Someone's saying this can't be real, so maybe it's not real.
I don't know. I think everything on the internet's real.
That's true. That's what I've learned. Donald Trump.
just
Sorry.
Donald Trump.
I mean, he's right. You saw those pictures of the crowds. Like, clearly the media was wrong, and he was right.
Yeah.
Anyway, the basic answer from all of Reddit is there's literally no way to unfuck this.
Yeah.
You've
It's
basically
got too
ruined
fucked.
everything.
It's all bad.
Someone was like, it's okay to have open relationships, but you literally pick the one person you can't be with if you have an open relationship, and that is an ex-lover. Not without prior approval.
Yeah. From
Like-
what I understand of open relationships, everything has to be like communicated like to an even greater degree than with your
Yeah.
standard relationship. And that I don't think that happened.
Anyway, I'm so glad I copied that. I mean, it may not be real, but it doesn't matter. We can imagine it being real. Oh, it's so good. I'm glad. We
Either
didn't
it
talk
was
about
real
8th grade.
or it was just somebody's fantasy fan fiction, you know. Somebody's creative writing exercise.
I'm going to talk about 8th grade real quick, just so I
Okay.
can cross off the list. Because
Here's
we
the
mentioned it
titles.
a while ago. It's a movie by Bob Burnham. Remember him?
Bob
Burnham. Yep, I call him Bob Burnham. But Bo Burnham, the comedian,
John
YouTuber.
Hamm's younger brother.
Yep, sure. But he's from the Burnham part of the family.
Yes.
But anyway, it is a great movie. It didn't get nominated for a single Academy Award, which is crazy. I believe it won a Writers Guild Award for Best Screenplay. But he basically has been a YouTuber, stand up. He's done some specials, but he's kind of like a internet YouTube comedy guy. You know what I mean? And he was like, I'm going to write a film. And he wrote a film called 8th Grade. And it's about a girl played by, I don't remember the actress's name, Elsie Fisher. Is that right?
Sounds familiar.
I just want to make sure I was right. Yes, she is fucking incredible in this movie. She's so funny. And the worst part about this movie, TJ, do you have kids in 8th grade?
Next year.
I've heard to not watch the movie because it gets very real, especially about a lot of 8th grade-y things that people don't think about in 8th grade, but you remember from 8th grade, like a lot of sex things, because that's about the time where puberty is fully kind of taken off. About texting, sexting, So the main character kind of has her like own like YouTube advice channel that gets like no views, and she's like talking about basically how to like be popular and be open. And, it's, cut with her actual 8th grade classes, which is very extremely well cast with actual 8th graders. She's actually like 8th grade age in the movie. So it doesn't, it feels very real for, a fictionalized movie, which is probably why it gets so dark. I mean, there are some scenes that were hard to watch. And I think that's the point of the movie. And it is so incredibly well acted and well written. Like, it sounds like people. I mean, there's a point where one of the, like, I think it's a band teacher or principal or someone walks in and says, "Hi, kids," and then dabs, like, unironically. And it's so exactly what, like, a 50-year-old man trying to connect with the kids would do. And it was just, like, it felt like Napoleon Dynamite in, like, the way. Not like that, because none of the characters are weird like in Napoleon Dynamite, like the main characters, but like the rest of like the school, like administration, like the setting feels very real, like how that kind of felt real in that way. And it's so good. Like, I am really excited for him to continue making movies and writing, because his writing talent and directing is incredible. The actress is good. It's one of my favorite movies of last year, like 5 stars. It's hard to watch, though. There's just some scenes, and it's really awkward. Like, it's such a perfect personification of that cringe awkwardness that is being 8th grade and not being a popular kid. Like, because there's a scene where there's a pool party at a popular kid's house, and she is invited by the popular kid's mom, who knows her mom, or, knows her parents through...
I can see where this is going already.
And she has to go because she was invited by the mom, but she doesn't know anyone there. It's just, anyway, it has a beautiful ending that's perfect, really well done. It's a roller coaster ride of scariness, but it doesn't ever get too dark, I guess. So anyway, it's great. It's so good. Like, highly recommend. It's free on Amazon Prime right now, so check it out if you have that. But anyway, I just want to bring that up because one of my favorite movies of the last year.
I want to recommend a subreddit real quick.
Okay.
This is gonna kind of fill the gap between r/that happened and just John's general misery vampire.
I'm loving where this is going.
While on the other end, it kind of fills my fuck people personification. It's r/I don't work here lady. Some of these are obviously r/that happened, especially the most popular ones.
Well, can you tell me what this is, basically?
r/I don't work here lady is very similar to like the Tales from Retail, but it's tales from people that got mistakenly identified as someone who works there.
So this is me going to Target in a red polo.
Yes, and there's a lot of the red polo things. When I want to hate humanity, this is where I go.
Man, TJ, I'd love you for the next podcast for you to get some Tales from Retail, possibly, or some of these, because I think these would be really fun to go over. I'm gonna post it to myself to find some r/that happens.
Yeah,
because I forgot about those, and those are very fun.
If Adam ever comes back, we can always get a Tales from Tech support. That's a spin-off from Tales from Retail.
Yeah.
I also have, I think Tales from the Pizza Guy is one of the ones I subscribe to.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of that one. Where's all the other ones? Tales from the Customer, Tales from Fast Food, Tales from Your Server, Ransom Retail. There's so many different ones. Tales from the Pharmacy, Tales from the Squad Car. I don't want to read that one.
I don't want to read Tales from the Pharmacy. That'd stress me out too much.
Tales from Adult Stores.
Ooh, I don't know about that. That might be too good. That's like porn.
Yeah.
Like
Tales,
I want some softcore.
there's a
I
brand
don't want
new,
the hardcore.
There's a brand new one, Tales from the Salon.
Today in class, Siri went off, and I just ignored it. And my teacher said, "The age of the star determines how the star will die." Then Siri said, "That is false. The mass determines the death of a star."
Siri's not that good.
Definitely happened. No, what Siri did was, "I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that."
Here's what I found on the internet for you.
What is it? The age of the star?
Yeah.
The gaze of the bar are how the bar will pie. What?
I'm Siri.
So,
I'm sorry, I don't see gauges in your contacts.
yeah. Yeah.
And then Siri got up and started clapping.
I've texted all of your family members gay porn. No, Siri, why?
Damn it, Siri! Why do you even have that ability?
It's just there to troll. Anyway, that's one of my favorite vines as well. Is the kid with Pornhub on his phone, and then the mute wasn't on, and so he plays about like 30 seconds of banging, or not 30, like 3 seconds before he notices what went on in his pocket, and he goes, "I'm sorry," and then just like looks down. It's so good.
I've seen that with laptops inside college classrooms.
Yeah.
And I've also seen the video of one guy who has the sound off and is just straight up watching it on a laptop in a college lecture.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Anyway, I think we're done.
Yeah,
tonight.
we're at a solid 2 hours. Good job, team.
Anyway. So yeah, that's our homework for next week. I guess you don't have any homework.
Hell yeah!
You should probably come up with some topics.
No homework for Matt.
I don't think we went through anything Matt did. Although Matt will probably be playing a
we
little
talked
bit
about
more
Virtual Bart,
Fallout 76 probably. So
and we talked
since
about
there was a new update.
we talked about Virtual Bart.
Anyway, I am John_Danger on the hell website that is twitter.com.
And
you see my horrible posts there.
I am Matt Haig Music at that same place. See all of the tweets that will get me fired from Disney and then rehired.
I'm at May of May. I tend to at May of May 84. I'm sorry. I tend to retweet lots of weird stuff, wholesome stuff, and very leftist stuff. # Eat the Rich.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
But I'm, if I ever get up to it and I'm not drowning in tax work, you can find me on Twitter as well.
On Twitch.
Twitch, yeah, that place.
Sorry.
That's at May of May.
I have to read a tweet that just happened.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I went on Twitter because I was mentioning the hell website that is twitter.com.
Yep.
Shane Dawson? I don't really know who this is, but all I know that Shane Dawson definitely had sex with his cat. Because here's the tweet from Shane Dawson. I didn't fuck my cat.
Right?
I didn't come on my cat. I didn't put my dick anywhere near my cat. I've never done anything weird with my cats. I promised myself I wasn't going to make apology videos after last year's thing. So I'm just trying to be as short and honest with this as possible. 1 out of question mark. To which, let me read some of the great responses from the Twitter people I follow.
1 out of question mark?
Dolan Dark says, Happy St.
Great.
Patrick's Day. Krang T. Nelson says, you should get this on a t-shirt so people won't have to ask any questions about it.
Please retweet this.
Ethan Klein says something that's not that funny. Here's the best one. This is how I feel. Hey, as someone who didn't know anything about you before but now definitely thinks you fucked and came on your cat, can I ask you what this is all about? I love that. Anyway, so Shane Dawson fucked a cat is what happened.
Okay.
The first thing that comes up when I Google him is Shane Dawson under fire after comments on pedophilia resurface.
Good. So I'm assuming he's terrible because he's a man on Twitter or on YouTube who's young, so he's probably creeping on little girls.
Okay, so that wasn't even consensual then. Oh.
Probably not, unless it was a. You know what? Though it could have been a lady in a cat suit.
EF
He
party.
could just be a furry.
It could have been
Yeah.
a cat woman, yes.
No,
Or a cat man. Or
look
a
up music,
cat
everybody.
man.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah. Goodbye.
hair's a mess. My life's a mess. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh my god, I want to kill myself. I thought it would be so easy to find this Meghan Trainor press release. But, like, literally every fucking article I'm finding is like,
That's super
reacts
thirsty one.
to, like, oh, let me, and it's like, just give me the fucking link to the actual PDF of this press release. I don't want your fucking weird commentary here. Oh my god. Okay, I found it. Fucking finally. Jesus, enemy.com gave it to me.
The thing I'm noticing about these lonely streams is that
Most of them
people
are
aren't-
like right-wing extremists.
no, like the people that have a face cam and like aren't talking. But then, like, if I'm thinking about being the streamer, if I know I don't have any viewers, like, why would I be? So, are you just supposed to be a crazy person and talk to yourself until people start showing up?
I just talk about things.
That is literally what I've read is the greatest advice that people give is just talk like someone's watching. Because when someone tunes in, then it won't just be you silently staring at a screen.
Yeah, because it's really awkward, and like,
But it gives you
Getting-
good practice of talking about the game you're playing to yourself.
yeah. I'll have to go back and watch our Fallout 76 stream. I was trying to have like diarrhea mouth during that. We'll
No, I
see.
think it went really well. I like the part where you got really mad at me multiple times.
Yeah.
Look, I was having a hard time. I played even less of the game than you, so the UI and everything are even more foreign to me.
Yeah.
And I will say, some choices in the way that game's UI work is just fucking baffling. Like, you hit map, M, and then you can get to the menu from the
Yeah,
map.
I
if you
hate
hit
that.
escape, it doesn't take you right to the menu. It's like, who designed this? Anyway, oh, I'm hosting you right now.
And that's
I have 9 followers. I think someone followed me.
the
That's
like
cool.
the Bethesda
Nope.
back out of a menu key is always tab, but on every other game ever it's escape.
Yeah. I guess I should probably upload that Fallout 76 stream to YouTube. I don't think it's worth saving.
I don't know. I might throw it on my end on the Born in the 80s channel.
Or the heck should-
That's fine.
Maybe we should do this.
I uploaded one of my games that I played.
There we go, Gorilla Glue. Now you're used
Oh, Tyranny. I played Tyranny. Like, I'd like to play through that whole game, so I'll keep that recording. I kind of don't want to do face cam because I don't like face cam on VODs, but
Yeah.
you
But
kind
then
of have to have
if you
face
want
cam
live
to be on
viewers,
Twitch.
you need face cam.
You don't like vaping on VODs? I gotcha.
They're vape
I should
streams.
take up vaping. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, there's vape streams.
Just like, look at these clouds. Cotton.
Let me just search vape.
What is it? I think I need a new webcam. Or, like, this one needs to be better. Because, like, the contrast gets all fucked up, and then it looks like I'm on an Instagram filter.
I don't know how this... I'm trying to use a different chair today, and it's got more support, but I don't know how it goes up and down. I'm
right.
reaching for it.
Let's
I've
take
not
the
seen
pulse. Let's take the pulse of the gaming world right now and see what Twitch is streaming. Number 1, as always,
Ape Sex
Fortnite.
Legends. Oh.
Fortnite, 120,000 viewers.
More like fart
Grand
night.
Theft Auto 5, 119,000 viewers. 100,000. That's the Cam Girls, 85,000 views. League of Legends, 84,000. Apex Legends, 49,600. So
I'm curious at what's at 1,000. Like, what's at that break point at 1,000?
it's doing less than half of Fortnite. Fortnite kind of took back over. Let's just see if there is one person with like 800,000. No, man. Fortnite has 120,000 viewers and the biggest channel is 23,000. So it's really spread out, like amongst a lot of smaller streamers. I don't know who could watch Fortnite streams. I think that they are a chore to watch.
Yeah. Alright, our 1K streams right now. Crypto, which I'm assuming is just mining crypto coins.
Wait, really? Oh, I want to
Yeah.
see that.
Lineage 2, Super Mario Odyssey, The Room 3, Madden NFL 19, and Atlas. What is in crypto?
Mario Odyssey. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Speedrun
World
community
of
is pretty
Tanks.
interesting. Where was that at?
It's at 1,000.
It might have moved a little bit up or down. I'm at 1.1k on that when I checked.
Okay, just chatting. I was being mean. It's not necessarily just cam girls. We've got St.
Crypto-
Patrick's Day drunk stream.
Oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
I'm wearing green, you bitches.
I'm wearing greens.
That's
2
more
greens.
of a gray green.
I'm not.
but
You'll
it is-
have
And a
to
pink.
pinch me, I guess.
This person
Okay.
is in Spanish and it has giant boobs on the stream.
Send me a link. That's
It
all I
isn't-
got
it
now.
isn't- It isn't super duper cam really. This guy's just watching episodes of South Park.
That's cool too.
Is that legal?
Nope.
All right. Anyway.
How about ASMR? I bet
That would
that's.
be funny.
I bet that's very.
All right. So Matt, the cryptocurrency channels are not
Interesting.
mining. We have 24/7 cryptocurrency live price tracker.
Why would
going.
that have to be on Twitch? Why
It's
wouldn't
like
that just be a
C-SPAN.
website?
There are 272 people watching Crypto Traders TV and watching. Oh, it's a guy chatting too. There's a cat drinking out of a water on it. Dude, cryptocurrency is the worst thing, and I'm glad it all crashed to hell.
It'll
Yeah.
crash and come back up.
I mean, I think cryptocurrency as a concept is a great idea.
It's interesting.
Having that security built in. But the problem that people have been having and seeing is, the security is built in, except for you have all these crypto exchanges getting robbed. That one that lost millions of dollars forever because the guy who fucking owned it died and he fucking didn't keep a PIN number around for people to get access to it. So that
Yep.
shit is just, that money's just gone forever. It's it's secure, but also I think people are the problem right now with it. It's like socialism and stuff,
Yeah.
and communism. And
It's like it works.
it's a
in
great
theory.
system if people don't fuck it up, and people always fuck everything up. So it just isn't gonna work. Can you play the Russian national anthem, please? I had to get that in there. Oh yeah. Let's get the levels and let's go.
Okay, let's do this.
Let me get on talk shows and podcasts and listen. All right, everybody. All right, this is John talking at his normal volume. Matthew,
Hey, fam. Sup? I'm Matt.
TJ.
Yep, we're gonna bird box this episode. Go ahead, listen to your levels.
All right, you sound good.
The makers and
alright.
crafting subsection of Twitch really doesn't have any viewers at all. That
Right.
highest stream is 60 viewers.
Yeah, I just have my 3D printer going on in the background with a webcam on it. That's my stream. Those exist, by the way. But can we have? Can we get
Born of the
silence?
80s 3. Okay.
Can we get 10 seconds of silence for the fallen stick shift in TJ's car? But they did come back to life, but if it had gone. Well, okay, now the music is ruining the fact that I'm getting a noise reduction profile pause.
Yeah.
All right.
I
That
could start.
should be-
I could start mumbling or stuttering or something.
All right, TJ's bird boxing it. Let me see if I can bird box. I can't bird box it. I got my United 93 poster.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I don't think I have
Just
anything.
thought I'd
to bird box.
mention that. I don't want to take it out of the tube, though. Well, I want to buy some more poster frames.
Yeah. You won't want to
and I
ruin that one.
Well, and
Yeah.
I have a bunch of other ones that I want to frame, so I don't want to take them out of the roll until they're ready to be framed. I don't. This isn't long enough, but if I can probably tuck it behind the. So what's going on, guys?
We're doing the podcast.
All right, do you want to start?
Yeah.
All right, let's get going. All right. Wow. Do we have topics? And
Hey,
everything?
we have a chatter. Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, Win Airlines. Is it pronounced Win or Ngayan?
It's. I actually heard about the breakdown of the word.
Uh huh.
You actually do pronounce the.
Is it Nwin?
No, not. Don't pronounce the N. the end of ing doesn't really has an end to it. So just saying n, and easiest way to pronounce that in English is when.
Got it.
When.
I feel bad.
Wrong.
I just have to say that I've always been told it's pronounced like win or when, just to do it. That's the closest you can get without learning the dialect. But I know someone from a previous job that stated categorically to pronounce that in Gaian.
What? That's 100% wrong.
I know it is. But they were like, and I was like, well, it's your last name, so I have to pronounce it wrong when I'm around you, because it would be, like, bad for me to do that. But I'm going to say it win every other time I talk to anyone. But anyway, so anyway.
Ty.
All right, let's get started with the episode. It's 3:48.
It is 3:48.
I'll go with the intro.
Okay.
All right.